Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. This is a very special solo episode, previously recorded live, called Job Search Mastery: How to Win Your Dream Job. So I make a big announcement. It's coming up very soon. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining this. I hope you get a lot of value out of this. I hope that this is one of those episodes and the information that you're going to eventually, hopefully, get from this episode is going to be life-changing, and you're going to want to share it with others. I can't tell you anything more than that. You'll hear about it soon enough. But thank you for joining me. As always, don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn. And join us for MSL Talk Live once a month. But I am greatly, greatly appreciative of each and every one of you. Thank you for your support of this show. Welcome to MSL Talk with Tom Caravela, a podcast specifically designed for MSLs and all things field medical. Okay, guys, welcome to the podcast. This is a very, very special night, and I am so grateful that you're all here. I don't know if I should wait a couple of minutes because, when you do a live podcast, you kind of got to wait until everybody shows up. So I might just start with a quick intro, and then maybe we get rolling when a few more people kind of show up. So I want to welcome you all, and bear with me. This isn't going to be long. I'm not going to make this like this crazy long podcast, but I am going to make it a very special one. So this is what I will say is that this is a milestone. You're about to be a part of MSL Talk podcast history, and you're about to be part of history in my life. I'm going to share what that means in a second, but let's just see who we have that's already joined us. So we are live. We have people coming in, which is good. Let me see. So what happens is I'm in a studio, but I just cruised over to see how things are looking. Okay, so we have a lot of people coming in, and we're looking good. So 135 people. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you guys for joining me. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. What is this all about? What's the announcement? What is Job Search Mastery: How to Win Your Dream Job? Is that just the title of this episode? Well, actually, tonight is the launch of my new book called Job Search Mastery: How to Win Your Dream Job. And I wanted to do something special for my podcast audience and for all of you guys. So I'm personally inviting you to my book launch, which is happening right now. So if you're not listening live, you could still participate because you can just purchase the book at a later time and still support this initiative and hopefully help your search effort, help your career. But anybody that's joining me, I'm going to share with you what this book is, what it's about, why it's such an amazing resource, and how you can get it tonight. Or actually order it tonight. You can't get it tonight, but you can order it tonight. Actually, you can get it because we're going to do the digital download. We're going to get to that in a second. First, let me explain what this book is. So Job Search Mastery: How to Win Your Dream Job is a resource for any and all job seekers. This is not a pharma book. It's not an MSL book. It's not for any specific type of job function. This book is for any job seeker looking to find success in their job search and in their career. Quite honestly, when you look at the title, you'll be surprised to know that the goal of this book is not just for the reader to learn how to win their dream job. The goal of this book is for the reader to learn a career life skill that's not being taught right now. It's not being taught in schools. It's not being taught in colleges. And quite honestly, it's not being taught in the workforce. I mean, think about it. Your employer, like when you get a new job, your employer's not teaching you how to get the next job. That's not how it works. So this is almost what I would consider mandatory reading for any high school kid, college student, or career-oriented individual because the contents in this book, the strategy and the tactics in this book are so valuable that you may never need to look for another job again. I know that that sounds crazy, but this book, it actually creates and helps the reader to develop this life skill where they become so valuable with such a great network and a huge brand and so relevant in their space that employers will eventually just come to them for jobs. That's how powerful this book is. It completely takes the limits off the reader. It's like this. It's like, imagine you get into a boat to go out fishing, right? And you're cruising along on your journey and the fish just start jumping in the boat. That's what this book does. It's an incredibly powerful resource, and I'm going to share it with you. And it's written as a series of coaching sessions. And the reason I wrote it is because every day, guys, people come to me and they ask for my advice on how to land a job. How do I win my dream job? And I could give you 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I can give you an hour. But what if I were to give you everything? What if I were to sit you down and teach you everything I know? That's in this book. You know, Sarah Snyder and I created a course for aspiring MSLs. It's called Aspire MSL, and it's an online course and it's a step-by-step guide. And it's very specific to the MSL job. And we've seen tremendous success. I think we have 3 people got jobs this week alone that are in that program. And it just proves that if you have the right strategy, if you follow the right tactics, you can win. And I'm sharing this with you in this book. And I think it's a resource that you guys should all consider. I hope it helps you. I'll share another thing. When it comes to your career and your job search, there's some basics that you need to follow. And I'm going to share some content with you right now because I want to leave you with some value. I don't want to just think that, I'm coming on here to just promote this book. I mean, I am, this is a book launch and it's an announcement, but there's also some value that I want to share with you. And some of the basics, I'm surprised people just don't know. They just don't know. So first and foremost, one of the most important things that I want to share with you, and this is in the book, you have to know what your goal is. You have to know what the target is. You have to identify what your dream job is, or at least where you're going. The very first thing you need to do as a job seeker is be 100% laser focused, driven, and determined to get that job. Because if you don't, you're going to get beaten out by somebody else who is driven and determined. So the very first lesson and the first thing I want to share with you is get crystal clear on what it is that you want to do. And then you have to develop a strategy to go get it. Now, how does that strategy start? Well, I can tell you this. You have to have a really well-written, high-converting resume. What does the word high-converting mean? That means that your resume is written and optimized so well that it's going to get through applicant tracking system filters. So right now, because of automation and artificial intelligence, applicant tracking systems, which is the system that when you apply to a job, it will actually screen out resumes that aren't inclusive of the right keywords, phrases, and language that appear in the job description. A lot of people don't realize that. And one of the things that you need to do is you need to make your resume relevant to the specific job description that you're applying to. All in the book, really important. The other thing that I really think people don't take seriously enough is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is probably the greatest resource available to a job seeker that's ever existed. And it's a place to see and be seen. What I mean by that is, by see, I mean it's a great place to go and do research and find communities that exist in your dream job space. But you also want to be seen. You need to have a really well-crafted LinkedIn profile so that you can be found by recruiters, employers, people that are out there searching for talent. And I don't think people take this seriously enough, and they certainly don't use it the way they probably should. So I want to encourage you to get very serious about LinkedIn if you're serious about your job search. It's probably also the best networking tool. So one of the other concepts that I talk about in the book is the importance of networking and branding. That can all be accomplished through LinkedIn. You can develop a brand and you can develop a huge network of individuals that exist in your industry that may be a great resource for you later on when there's a position open in that company. Now you have somebody to go to and ask them for a referral. It starts typically with an informational interview. So I talk a lot about informational interviews, which is a really important tactic in the job search process where you're going to ask someone that's in your dream job space if they might be able to give you 15 minutes of their time where you can meet with them and talk to them about the position, about what they do. A lot of people are willing to do this. And I'll share a great story. Yesterday, we learned that one of the students in our Aspire MSL program, she just got offered a position yesterday from an informational interview she had a year ago. She had an informational interview a year ago. A new job became available. She made such a good impression on that person that they called her up and said, "You don't even have to interview for the job. We want to give you this job." I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but that's pretty much the story. It's crazy. So, what I'm explaining to you guys is that this book is inclusive of some of the best tips, some of the best strategies, and some of the best tactics. And I know they work. I see them work. I'll also share with you that this book, a portion of the proceeds for this book, will be donated to charity. I am committed to creating scholarships and fellowships. I'm also partnering with a nonprofit veterans organization that helps our military get back into the workforce after they're done with their service commitment. So you guys know that I have a son in the military. It's very near and dear to my heart. So I'm going to be making some donations and partnering with that organization as well. So I'd love for you to be a part of it. And last but not least, one of the main and really important parts of the program, I start the book with a chapter on mindset. Guys, you have to believe in yourself and you have to be able to handle rejection and you have to be resilient and you have to find confidence and you have to be consistent and go out and put in an effort every single day. I'm not saying you have to dedicate your whole entire life to your job search, but if you can dedicate a certain amount of time each day or each week towards your job search, the consistency of that effort, it's going to compound on itself. And that's what creates momentum. When you create momentum, you see progress. When you see progress, you start to win. When you win, you get more confidence. Now you're on an interview and you're confident because people are seeking you. People are responding to you. That's how winning is done. That's basically the whole kind of basis of this book. Is it's not just let's apply to a bunch of positions and see who gets back to me. This is a system that you can follow and you can find success with. Why? Because I see it, because I live it. I'm seeing it happen right in front of my eyes. And I'm sharing this with you in this book. So without further ado, it's 7:44. So I promised I would go pretty quick. So here's what I'm going to do. And guys, bear with me on this because I am going to try to share my screen. And I don't think I've ever done that before on this platform. So The reason I'm going to share my screen is I'm going to give each one of you the opportunity to download this book as a digital version. You can even buy the paperback if you want, but you have to follow a very specific process. This is how it works. So what you're going to do, and let me see if I can pull up. Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen. So hopefully you guys could see this. If you can't see this, I'm going to walk you through it. So you're going to go to a browser. When I say browser, you're going to pull up a window on your computer, whether it's Google or maybe it's, I don't know, any browser, but let's say Google. And what you're going to do is you're going to type in Amazon. Okay. And you're going to go to Amazon. And then in the search bar, you're going to search for, you're going to put in Tom, Tom, Caravela, Caravela, job search mastery. Okay. Now, you're going to see the book there. I want you to click on it. All right. So we're all going to do this together now. So click on the book. And then what you're going to do is I would go to the Kindle version. It should be up there at 99 cents. And then I already downloaded it, so it doesn't give me the opportunity, the chance to buy it. But so what you're going to do is you're going to click buy and purchase that digital download. And then if you want, you can go back in and then pull up the paperback. And then you can put that in your cart and you can buy that as well. And again, guys, I'm not telling you to buy my book. I'm sharing this with you so that if you're interested, I like to have something in my hands. I do like Audible books. And to tell you the truth, I'm actually going to record this as an Audible book. So that's going to come out. I just kind of need to get through this launch first, but that's definitely going to come out next. But I would love it if you can purchase a paperback. And then the last thing that I would ask of you, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the screen, you're going to see this customer review section. I would just ask that, at some point, if you guys got value from this book, or you're reading it, or you want to support me, I know a lot of you guys are big fans of the podcast, and you know that the podcast is free. This book is probably the only really thing I charge for, other than the Aspire MSL course, which, as you know, is a huge commitment and there's a lot of value in there and it's a tremendous amount of time. So that's why we charge for it. But, this 99-cent version, it's basically like free. They don't let me give it away for free. Otherwise I would. So if you got value and you want to help me out, I would love it if you gave me a 5-star review. That will help in the rankings of the book. It'll help in the searching of the book. It'll just be a huge favor to me. So I would appreciate that if you guys could do that. And as always, I want to see you guys. I'm going to go back and stop sharing my screen. Stop sharing. Guys, I want to see you win. You know that's my goal. And I talk about it all the time on the podcast. I want to see you guys win. And all the stuff that I share on the podcast, the stuff that I'm sharing with you right now, is to help you get to your goal, get to your dream job. That's what this is all about. I'm grateful for you. I hope that I am worthy of this experience of you participating in this launch and in this book. And I want to hear from you. I want to, if this book helps you, I would love to hear from you. But I have to tell you, I am so excited because this is going to help so many people. So there's a lot of people that are typing in the chat. So thank you all for all of the comments. Thank you for all of the well wishes. You're the best. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of your support. Spread the word and share this with your friends and anyone that is currently on the job market. This is for them. So I'm going to leave it at that. This was a great opportunity. I love you all. If you're listening to this podcast after the fact, meaning if you're not part of this live group and you're listening to it after, the book is available on Amazon. It'll be in Barnes and Noble. And I'm even doing a book signing. If any of you guys are in New Jersey, so June 22nd, I will be doing a book signing at Chapter 1 Books in Mendham, New Jersey from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And if I do any other book signings, I will definitely let you guys know. So if you're in the area, please definitely join me. Come see me. And I love to sign the book for you. So love you guys. Thank you all again. This means the world to me. And yeah, great seeing you all. Like, I'm getting some great comments, and definitely see you on the next podcast. Thank you so much for listening to the show. And if you enjoyed it, please subscribe so that you don't miss an episode in the future. And feel free to leave a rating or a review or a comment. Thanks again, and we look forward to seeing you soon.